Welcome back to another self-help video. I'm going to show you how to replace your front drivetrain on a 1994 Polaris Sportsman 400. This is the front of my quad. I have the wheels off. Going down through the middle of it, what we're going to do, you need a 5/8 socket. This is the front of the unit. This right in that hole, there's a nut. 5/8 or 16 millimeter socket you're going to need. And all you got to do is loosen that up. And once you have that loosened up, then you can start the process of pulling your chain off. But in order to loosen your chain, the tension on it, and you can do this, I already have my wheels and everything off, so I have to do this way with it off. I'm going to show you in a minute. Stand by. Looking at your quad, here's the front. And there is the center tightener assembly right there. And what we're going to do with that is loosen that up. Actually, you can loosen it and tighten it, the chain. So I'll show you. If you take this center tightener assembly here, and if you tap on it, be careful, this is aluminum. This whole housing is aluminum. I'm just using I got a 1/2-inch socket extensions that I'm using, and you'll see it move. I'm just tapping. So if you tap this way, this will, and if you watch it, it will move. So this way just tightens up the chain. However, you want to loosen it to take your chain off. You don't have to loosen it a whole heck of a lot, but just enough. So tap it down. You can see it slowly moving. So just tap it down like that, and it'll loosen the chain up enough where you can pull that master link off. My chain was completely shot, so it was seized when I got the unit. So I never actually had the opportunity to drive it yet, but I'm trying to fix all this before there's problems, and it's easier to do it when I got it all apart. So like I said, this is the tightener assembly. If you push this way, if you tap that way towards the back of the unit, it will tighten your chain. You want to go this way to loosen it. And I'm going to show you how to take that master link off. 1 minute. Okay, welcome back. So here is the chain, my new chain, but I want to show you the what the master link looks like. The other one was busted. It was, like I said, frozen. It was a pain to take off. Here's what, so look at the links. You can see the chain links here. And the old one sort of did look like this, how this has straight edges and this one has rounded edges. And the other thing you're going to find is this locking clip. This locking clip actually would go, you would put this clip would go on as such. I'm going to show you that. And then this locking clip basically would go over it and then clips on and secures that plate on so it doesn't fall off. So if you can find that, great. You can try to pop yours off that way. Take this locking clip and you just want to push it this way to pop it off, and then the plate will come off. Some of yours may have washers, not washers, but little rubbers behind them here. No big deal. Just pop these little rubber O-rings off. If you can't find it and you're definitely replacing the chain, then I've heard people taking a hacksaw and cutting it through. Just to get the chain off. It's because it's frozen on that bad. So you can use a hacksaw. You can use a 4-inch grinder to get in here. You can take a Dremel with a grinding wheel on it and also grind any of these off. You'd only have to go through this side, and then on the other side do the same thing, and then your chain would fall off. So now I have a new chain. I'm going to show you how to cut it, because you do have to cut them to fit. So stand by. Okay, here's my new chain, and as you can see, it is a little longer, you'll notice down here, than the old one, which is fine. We're going to cut it. One thing you want to pay attention to is make sure when you buy your chain that when you line them up, that these match exactly across from each other. If it's shorter and smaller, you can probably use that center tightener on your quad to make up the difference. But I think that is important to make sure you got the exact chain for your quad. So I lined it up like that. As you can see, the ends there. Go down over here, and what we're going to do, we have to mark it with a Sharpie. So this is the part, this is the old one. And the new one, this is the piece we need right here. So we want to cut this piece off. This is the piece we want to cut off. So mark it, flip it over, and just mark it again. Whatever you want to do, put an X, line down it, whatever works best for you. But that's the part we're going to cut off. And as you can see, so once we cut that off, we'll end up with this piece here left, which will be the exact fit that we need. Stand by. Okay, welcome back. So what we're going to do is, here's our line. I have a pair of vice grips just holding the chain for me, but as we stated before, this is the link we want to save. So in doing that, we have to actually remove this here, this link here. So I'm going to use a 4-inch grinder. I'm going to grind this little stud off here. Once you got this stud ground down, then we have to cut it in half here to remove this. You also use my grinder. You can use a hacksaw, sawzall, you know, Dremel with the cut-off wheel on it, whatever you want to use. I suggest you wear eye protection, gloves, hearing protection, whatever it may be. But let's begin. Okay, that's pretty good. I have that little stud grounded off here. This is warm, and I have grounded right through it. So I'm just gonna pause the video. I have to go get a hammer. I'm gonna just take a screwdriver and just punch it through right there. Stand by for 1 minute. Okay, welcome back. So I moved this, rearranged just a little bit to make it a little easier for us to see. So that's the top part we ground off already. So let's flip it over. Grab this link. So as you can see, that's where we made the cut. Grab the opposite side link, which is this. Using a pair of vice grips, grab it right in the middle. And then the top, what I used the screwdriver for, I had to punch through just a little bit of slag that was on here. That's all. If I had my other grinder, I'd be able to zap right through it. So what you want to do is just grab this top piece that you cut through. Try not to grab this link. Just try to grab that top piece like I did. And just wiggle it back and forth. It should pop off just like that. And once it pops off, you'll notice there's an O-ring here. Oh, it already popped off on the old one. There it is. It's still on the old one. There's the O-ring. And it should just slide right down through like that. So this is our old link we don't need. And this is the link that we do need. So what we're going to do now is, since I bought another chain, so this is the second one. I already have the other one on. I wanted to leave the other one on so you can see it better than the old one, the process. So let me pause it here. We'll go back and we'll put the link back together, the master link. Stand by. Okay, so let's put our master link on. So the chains, like I said, the chain's already on. Here's where our master link goes, and here's where I'm going to put this plate on the top like that. Let's see here if I can rotate this a little bit. It might go out of view for a minute, but I just want to try to squeeze it on. make it easier for me to put on here. Yeah, and the reason why I'm putting it on over here so that you can see, a little easier to see, put that other clip on. You can try it putting a screwdriver behind it and pushing this. Just, there we go. You want to make sure you have enough space to put that clip on, or you're going to be fighting it. I think we're good like that. So this clip, the locking clip, goes on like that. Let's just see if I can push this on with the screw. So basically you just want to push this on with a screwdriver. And my gear is going to move as I do it, but so that's, I mean, simply that's what you want to do. You get the idea. Let's see if this works real quick. There you go. So I just tapped it on with the hammer. It's on, it fit on perfect, quick and easy. And that's the master link right there. That's exactly how it looks. That's the chain looking, I'm at the front of the quad looking at the chain on the left hand side. So the chain's tight, it's pretty good. You want like a 1/4 inch move up and down slack-wise. So now you're all set. New chain on it. You can put your guard back on, put it all back together, and you're good to go. I bought a new chain for the middle drive here that connects the front and the back together. I'm going to shoot a video for that coming up next. But I hope you learned something. Remember, funk can do, so can you. See you guys.